At the end of yesterday's video, we had just glued this little end of the chain in. And what I want to do here now is just check and see how well did it glue in there. In other words, can it easily be? Well, that's what I was afraid of. I didn't think I'd done a very good job there yesterday. I'm going to drop a drop down that hole. Yeah, that's too bad. Now this may not be a good idea. I put a brand new tip on my little bottle here, and I'm just going to drop a drop down. Okay, for sure that's going to glue it in place. Now in the meantime, while that CA is curing, there's lots of little pieces that we can stick on. Well, not lots, but there's probably half a dozen or more. And yeah, like these three little intakes, they don't have to be painted or anything. They're all raring to go here. And quit poking at it. Now, in this shot, you can clearly see that the underside of these hatch covers has to be painted, but don't worry, I know about that. And we always do a dry run, remember? I think I'll use the end of my finger to poke them down. The paint may have made the... I know, I can't work and talk at the same time. Okay, now I'll use my finger here. You know, that's going on kind of hard. Okay, and that one went good. This one here, oh, there it goes. I just didn't have it enough forward, that's all. Okay, you know, those are on there so tight I hardly need to glue them. I wonder what would happen if I didn't glue them. You know, they're on there pretty hard. Like a pressure fit, you know. What's wrong with that? Who says it has to be glued? These pieces here that are called vent tubes, not intakes, well, now they will have to be glued on. And okay, so that's the skinny one. This probably goes in the middle. And I think this one maybe is this one? I'm not sure. There's two here that look a bit alike. I'll have to take a close look. I think I got those in the right order. And they go right here. Okay, I think I've got these in the right order now. It looks like it to me anyway. But there's something I want you to notice here. These are very, very small. And you remember 2 or 3 days ago I did that series about the drill bits, and there was one of them that wasn't, in fact all of them practically had, well, half of them I guess, there was something wrong with them. And one of the viewers says, were they made in China? And I know we are very quick to say cheap Chinese junk, but you know, look at the detail in these little plastic parts. Now this model was made in China. Yeah. You know, that's I'm pretty impressed. I've never had a plastic model better than this. Okay, let's go for a dry run. This is not as easy as you would think. Okay, that's that one. You notice those little square boxes? They're supposed to fit in the bottom. You know, I think I realized the problem here. My stronger glasses are still downstairs in the workshop from when I was doing the clock. I think I better go find them. Because when I move in nice and close so I can see good, everything sort of blurs out. Okay. I think I got them. Let's zoom in nice and close and have a better look. Looks good to me. Now I realize I didn't show you this being done, but I glued them on using the extra thin cement. I just put some on the backs and put them in place, and I did it almost exactly the same way as the dry run, only maybe a little bit more carefully. And now some more very delicate little parts here. These are the depth charge stands that we made up probably 2 months ago. I'm noticing that the paint isn't sticking too well to that photo etch. Okay, I gotta keep this real here. I accidentally set something on one of those a few minutes earlier. By the time I got it straightened out, well, I guess I scratched some of the paint off. What do I expect, right? Okay. I think they're supposed to straddle that little box. And the other one will be mirror image on the other side. Now, just to put everything in perspective here, and I've said this before, an American dime is the same size as a Canadian dime. Give you an idea how small these little parts are. Now just do the same thing on the other side. Now, if I drop the little depth charges in right now, it's going to make it really hard to do the touch-up painting later. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put them in after I do the touch-up. The underside of the hatches is the same color as these depth charge stands are. So yeah, there's a lot of other things, other places on the ship that have that same color. Do everything all at once. Then I'll put the depth charges in. But it'll probably be one of the last things I do, I guess. Okay, the CA glue now is more than set. Well, how can it more than set? Anyway, it's set. And of course the chain is loose there. But it's definitely not coming out of that hole now. Now, I am really surprised that this anchor chain took as much fooling around as it did. And we have done everything now on step 15. There's nothing left to do here. except put this little anchor on and this yard arm or whatever it is. And as I mentioned earlier, I think I'm going to lay the ship on its side for that. So I'm going to turn it around and lay it on its side so it's sort of facing me, and then I'll be able to get at this a little better. By the way, I went downstairs and I got my extra strong glasses. Maybe this will help with the poking problem I've got. Also, in case you're interested, I got the 4th coat of wipe on poly on the clock parts. Now we won't talk about the clock anymore in this episode. Oh yeah, get the big scale, I said to myself. Yeah, it won't be a problem. Okay, so I'm going to want to turn it this way so that I can get right in here. You know what, I think I'm going to turn the camera off and rearrange everything. You don't need to see all this. Okay, that might be good enough. Do I want to move it out now so I can get in here a little better? Now, easy does it. Maybe I should be supporting it more from the center of gravity here. Yeah. Now I can get at this area real easy. Now this piece here, it shouldn't be too much of a problem. And it shows that this little loop thing here goes to the back. So that means we'll have to turn it around. And according to the manual, it just goes centered on those 2 little protrusions that are coming out of the side. Oh, do I reshoot this? Nope. Okay. That shouldn't be too hard to glue on like that. Now the anchor, on the other hand, it's going to want to have a tendency to slide off on me. It's supposed to go on just like that. Now it's kind of strange that the anchor almost seems to me to be incomplete. But if I look at the instructions, it doesn't show anywhere on there where there's the part that comes out of it, you know, that would come up into the ship. Yeah, it just doesn't show it anywhere. Nor have I found the part. So I guess it just gets, you know, stuck on sort of like that, and that's that. Now this next segment did not turn out as well as I had hoped. However, I'm going to leave it in anyway. There's a couple of things. First of all, I want to explain something here. And second of all, possibly there are those who would like to see just how do I do this with the camera. And on the other hand, maybe it's a spoiler for some people. I hope not. Okay, when I was editing out that last scene, I once again became very aware of the fact that I was almost whispering. And the reason for that is because I am very aware that your ear is almost right here. Anyway, if we can ignore the clock for a while, you notice on the underside here of this, it's not painted. I'm thinking if I put some extra thin solvent on the underside there, just where it's touching the hull, and then sort of have this brought up into place, and then when I let go of it, it shouldn't want to slide back down. It should want to just stay there. So I'm going to give that a try. So, now you know. Well, at least you know a little bit more of it. Now, here's hoping I don't glue this to my tweezers. Oh, it's not sticking. Maybe I didn't put enough on. I got that straight. Oh, I didn't put enough on. Okay, get another grab at it. Okay, this time I put some on the bottom of the upper portions as well here. Okay, just hold that a little bit there. Oops, slid down. I think if I let go, that should stay. Let's see what happens. Ah! Sorry about that. There. Now, if you will recall, when I did one of these other ones, all I did was I let the solvent wick its way along between the hull and that part. And I'm going to just try that again here and see if that will work. I don't want to put so much on that it runs down the hull, because it will dissolve the plastic. Okay, now I do believe it's in there. Now I know I keep saying don't poke at it, but well, maybe I just won't poke at it. Anyway, I think that's it for today, folks. So, thanks for watching, and all being well, tomorrow we'll be starting on step 16.